It's a snow day, not able to do my run. So let's see if I can do some belt lift. Oh, goodness. So we're just gonna take this off and warm up a little bit. I think I only have 70 pounds, so I'm gonna do with that what I can. Basically, just got little plastic weights and um, I don't even know what this is. I don't know if it was a martial arts belt or something like that, but um, last practice was on Saturday, and it is Wednesday. I don't work on Wednesdays, so I normally do a track workout and then an upper body workout at the gym. But today we are just going to do some belt lifts because maybe I'll get to the gym later, but not thinking that is smart. Just from got some other things to do today. Get ready for next 2 days of work and try and get back on my schedule. Yeah, I haven't done these in a while. I think last week I did it once just to see how much I could do. I think I did 55 for rise for one on both. I think I can pretty easily do 70 now for pronation. Um, we'll see how much I can work that up. I think this is something that I need to be doing, especially since it's right here. I can pretty conveniently do these, especially when I'm home. Um, maybe just hit these in the morning a couple times. Maybe buy a couple extra so I can go heavier on pronation. The rise, I don't think I'll be at 70 anytime soon, but I would like to get maybe some 1 pound plates or even 2.5. But we have, I think we're a little over 4 weeks out from Fallen Heroes. So I get good 2.5, 3 weeks to push back up my maxes and really smash myself in practices. So that is good. So basically these two that I'm going to try and keep standard. I really want to keep the arm angle standard, so I'm probably going to go more to the side so I can see this angle versus this or this. But just to warm up, going to do rise. Rise, I go in from this side, squeeze to my hand, wrap under, and boom. So from this angle, grab under, boom. Still need to get more comfortable with setting these up, and boom. So these things are 20. So this is 40. All right. I will check what those say in a bit. 40 should be not a problem for rise. and I don't want to be leaning back as much. I want to just come straight up with it. So it's just like when I'm pulling in real life, I want to be back this way. I don't want to be like that as much. And then for pronation, I'm just going to be doing through the hand. I'm not going to wrap around through the wrist or anything crazy. But same for this. Just I want to be pulling more towards myself instead of leaning back to it till it comes up. Um, what's up, guys? Howdy, howdy. What is your go-to exercise for grip strength? I wouldn't say I technically do anything specific for grip. Um, I would say it's more of holding on to things. Like I was doing pull-ups a while ago, at my increased body weight, which is cool. Getting up to 200 pounds and still being able to do pull-ups is nice. Um, not a lot, maybe 7. Um, but I also do a lot of like dead hangs, not for time or anything, just to like let my body decompress. And um, I think being able to hold your body weight comfortably without shoulder pain or anything like that has really been something that I've been trying to strive for. I also do, I do like rows and stuff. Technically, I still have been using straps for a while, but that's just like my body building kind of thing because I'm focusing on my back. I'm not focusing specifically on grip. Um, yep, I have a couple arm wrestling handles that focus more on finger strength. So it's like a red handle and it's kind of like a wedge, and it's really targeting those fingertips. So I would say that's probably the best thing I have for it. But I mean, if you just sit with like a D handle and are just doing this, I think that's pretty good for grip. If you get those grip handles, those are good too. Um, I feel like I need more grip, but it's not something I've prioritized or anything. Um, oh, Fallen Heroes is a tournament, um, and they like fundraise for families that have people died in the service, and it's a pretty cool cause. I went to it last year and it was really competitive. There was a lot more people in the classes. So it's going to be a good one this year. Going to be doing semi-pro, which is very intimidating. And I think I've outgrown these local amateur tournaments just because the experience that I have, even if I'm not the best at this experience level, it's still a point where I want to move up and challenge myself. And also the medals are cooler at this one. Medals look really cool, and I'd be really proud if I could get one of those. And it's a awesome cause too, and it brings out the best in the arm wrestlers, so that's really cool. Let's go up again. I think we'll do a 5 for Rise. This is 45. I think these are cool because even though there can be a lot of variables in it, like the leverage you're putting off or different things like that, it's still cool to be like, hey, I picked up this weight, which is motivating to try and pick up more weight or have better form. But this is 45 for Rise. I wasn't that impressed with that one, but still warming up. Yep, yep. That's feeling all right. Let's do a couple pronation lifts with it too. Yeah, those are feeling fine. I'm still really trying to focus on my bodybuilding stuff and get increased range of motion and better feeling joints. Something I've really wanted to continue is my hamstring range of motion, not letting my back round. So, yesterday morning, did a hamstring workout. So I did lying leg curls first, and with those, I'm really trying to keep my glutes engaged while doing the curl because you'll see this with a lot of people. As they curl, their hips come up to compensate, and I've realized that that's kind of been a detriment to my hamstring development in the past. After that, good mornings, which are like a squat setup. Then you're keeping your chest up while driving your hips back, and it's gnarly the stretch that you get on those. Um, but just being able to resist this motion in your lower back of not rounding forward or taking the tension off the hamstrings, that's been really a game changer move. And at the beginning, I think I could maybe get like this far, and now I can maybe 5 to 10 degrees more, which is a lot for me when I couldn't even touch my toes to like for most of my life, I think. I don't even know if as a kid I could, but I'm sure at some point I was able to. Um, then I do like lying leg curls or seated, excuse me. Um, and I did like some reverse lunges and some body weight squats with slow eccentric. Um, I guess it wasn't body weight. I think I had like 20 pounds, like goblin position, but um, then I did adduction and abduction for my hips because my hips are definitely lacking in my joint department or stabilization, especially for running and things like that. A lot of things start from the hips, and if your hips are offset, just going to lead to downstream instabilities and whether that's knees, ankles, even to upper body stuff. Really trying to lock all that stuff in. And I've learned a lot about my body through posture, standing up more straight, chest up, shoulders back, down. I can still get pops just like when I think about improving my posture, things like that. Um, it's been really cool just trying to hone in on being more in tune with my body. Um, and that's just helped me with arm wrestling too. But my first passion for the gym was bodybuilding. And I think it was more of like a selfish kind of idol thing. But it's still something where I can improve and further my discipline in my physical form. But it's helped a lot with mental too, even if when I started it, it wasn't for the best reasons. I'm sure there was some part of vanity in that, but it wasn't, oh, I want people to look at me. It was just more about having confidence to be confident to people, and not shy away or not think about what they're thinking about me, but I wanted to feel confident in myself. So that was the real reason I started. But now getting to compete in arm wrestling, it's really fun and enjoyable. Um, I'm just gonna do one more set for the rise. That feels better. Yep. Not far off on the rise. Um, I guess we'll save this other 5, but yeah, small increases are better for me. I know some people like to bump it up, bump it up, bump it up, bump it up, but when I get those small things, even if I don't reach that max progression that I could have, or opening myself to new stimulus, I'm still refining. I did 45 pounds on this for the last 4 weeks, but I gradually improved on my wrist stability, or I didn't get as sore, or I could do more reps. And I've always found those more fulfilling than being like, oh, I went up 15 pounds, but my form got worse. And I think I've been a little perfectionist, probably to some degree detrimental to me, but um, it's what keeps me going. It's what keeps me enjoying it. I like to see the little improvements. And yeah, I guess we'll do a rep or so with pronation. That's good. I don't know if I was at the wrong angle or how I want to do these. It's a little crowded in here. Just sitting in the garage. I'm not sure if I want that standard or if I want to open up just a little bit. I think they both probably have their place. Definitely feel like I can get more weight that way, but leg workout, that's a lot. Thanks for typing me those, bro. Leg workouts and the resulted soreness is the best. Keep going, bro. Eat clean. Get enough rest. Keep fighting the godly fight. See you, man. Yeah, today was a little bit of a struggle for me. I normally, I guess I should probably do rise with this weight. I normally like to set an alarm, and I like to, actually, before that even happens, I like to have a good night routine. Shower, unwind, do all my personal things. I like to read. And last night I didn't get myself started in that routine. And I kind of just sat there and was on my phone and watching some videos that interest me. And it's not something that I like to look back on, but I can see how it affects my next day. I didn't set an alarm. I was like, oh, it'll be good to just sleep in and not have an alarm. But I can always see in the aftermath of that if I had my bedtime routine and I did the things that I normally do to unwind and I set an alarm. I told my mom this morning I like waking up to an alarm, and that might be very polar opposite for most people, but I like knowing that I need to get started with something, because my flesh will just hold me back and um, delay what I need to be doing. And I can be victim to that. I was for a lot of my life. Um, yeah, so the rise. um, rise is so important. And I think just like rising out of bed in the morning is important. If you can have that high ground when you start the day, um, it's so powerful for what you can do for the rest of the day. But if you already are compromised in the morning, it's hard to um, capitalize on that afterwards. Same with arm wrestling. If you start the match in your hand, knuckles up, and whatever you do from there, unless they're just pulling you straight down, which they're not going to be if you have the high ground, um, that's where that rise is so important, especially with a longer arm. Keeping that rise, I mean, I think it's more important for people that have a shorter arm, but keeping that rise, it gives you so much access and avenues to go after that, whether that's pronating, whether that's crashing in with your shoulder. If you have the rise, um, I can't really see it being a detriment unless they're just able to curl you in. Um, and that's why styles make matches, and that's why there's a lot of things that uh, are interesting and very fun about the sport. But rise is definitely something that I tried to lock in early about understanding and performing. And it's something that I want to be more balanced between my arms because my left is not the same. My left is not the same. Oh, yep, that was difficult. That was difficult. Where are we gonna go from here? Where are we gonna go from here? Go 55. I know my right can do that for rise, but I don't know if I want to push that for left. I guess we will see. We will see. Um, do a little. Let's do the pronation first. Just back and forth. I haven't done these in a while, so just trying to get back into them. Let my body know that I need to be strong in these positions. That felt okay. I want to perfect my posture in these things and these lifts. I don't like the inconsistency of me sitting back more or me opening up more or me staying too close, or I want to find a standard, and that's why I like documenting, because people can call me out or I can rewatch the footage, and it's super cool to reflect when you have something video versus what you remember, or um, paint the picture of what you think you remember, because it's easy to, I mean, I think about this in the gym. Yes, it's very cool to be able to, um, like, let's say, squat in front of a mirror. It's very cool to be able to see your reflection on the outside. It's also very cool to look at a blank wall and go by feel, but seeing what you can't perceive from your point of view is very educational, and it's very accountable. When you set up a camera and you watch your squat, if you're squatting and you're like, this is the deepest squat I've ever done in my life, and you see a camera and you're not even parallel, it's gonna open your eyes to, I'm not being truthful with myself. And are you, I can't even comprehend the words that I want to say, but what's the point of doing anything if you're not truthful for it? What's the point of doing something for people to see if you're not going to put in the hard work when no one's around? So that's why I document. Um, did I do this weight already? I can't remember. That's what the video's for. um, I guess we're going to do rise. A lot of pressure building up for those. Like, even how this is twisted, I feel like it makes it not the same for each lift. And like my brain thinks about things like that, like, oh, my foot's not in the exact position it was last time, so the lift is different. Or um, yeah, it made it easier this time, or it made it harder this time. So I wrestle with those things, but I think just getting back to doing them, even if the conditions aren't perfect, is where I need to be. All right, this one's going to be hard. Come on, Aiden. Come on. Not really happy with that. I couldn't see if I was dumped. I didn't feel an active dump, but I don't know if it slightly went down on the angle. Then we'll do formation. I don't know if I like that arm angle. The left, it feels better. I think the right's just a little more beat up. I think we're just a week and a half after the tournament, so feel okay. It's a little achy, more achy on the right. I didn't have too hard of a tournament, but going as hard as you can, or maxing, or whatever you want to call it. Definitely more prone to injury, but also get some of the best gains from that. So, all right, what do we say? What do we say? I was 55. I guess we just do 60. I don't know if I want to try 60 on rise, but I think I should, at least on right. Just see if I'm able. I know I can't do that on left because my last one was questionable. Oh, okay. Probably shouldn't have done that. You know, that's how you learn though. That felt similar to the left with 55. Um, just a lot of tension all through here. It is attacking the elbow flexor chain, but it's definitely something I think I need a little bit, is the ability to row while keeping this angle tight. So, um, I guess it's more like this chain instead of this chain, but the other way. Trying to be more of a hello. I'm sorry. You're fine. Mom is working from home today. Yeah, so this should be pretty. My left has been feeling decent. I think my left just doesn't have the finger capacity or the finger containment that my right has. Same with rise. My right rise is definitely better, but also I think most of my things are better on my right. So I think my left has come a long way. Also, training with my brother, who's lefty, has definitely helped me develop more left-handed. But see how this pronation goes. I'm okay with that. Okay with that. I think we just bump it up to 70. Oh. What? Shove line? I have no idea what you're saying. Oh, okay. Um, uh, think within the next year, I want to invest in table with a pulley system. I know that that's what I've always wanted for arm wrestling training. I think it's a sport that I will continue indefinitely. um, the community is so awesome. The people you meet, you talk to. I always compare it to like jujitsu or martial arts or whatever. How you can have the nerdy type that is interested in technique and beating people, not fully based on strength. You definitely have the meatheads that have always been strong. You have the people in the middle that don't do a whole lot outside of arm wrestling. They do it for fun. You have the people that just want to try it out and get hooked. Um, it's just a very wide range of people in different walks of life. Um, very, very cool sport. And I'm so grateful that I found it because it gives me something to compete in. Um, Gives me something to train for. It also gives me new friends and new ways of thinking. Um, Challenges me physically, mentally, spiritually. Um, I can't say anything bad about it, really. Um, I know that there can be ego in it, and I know that there can be injury in it as well, but I've definitely had some ego thoughts. I don't think I've really played anything out like ego wise, but um, I think there's so much knowledge on arm wrestling now, maybe not that studied or researched in a actual way, but um, very practical ways to stay safe, keeping your arm inside your body, not letting your arm get outside of your shoulder. It's not a push, like a push, it's a pull. Um, it's really not trying to force for the pin. It's more about getting control, rising, cupping, and then rolling through their fingertips. Um, it's very interesting, and the technique and how small these muscle groups are, and the movements and the angles. Um, it's a lot to ponder and it's a lot to grasp. And I think pulling with different sized hands and different arm strength and different tendon strengths and different styles and um, different motivations for the sport, you all get little puzzle pieces. And um, it can be a while before you understand a certain puzzle piece, even if you've heard it 1,000 times. Um, and that's what's really interesting is hearing certain things about um, like I can't even think of an example that I can explain well, but um, something I've been told a lot is when I come inside for more of a cup and bringing my shoulder forward, I am too late. I think I bring my shoulder forward, but I really can bring my shoulder forward. And I think that's something that I didn't quite grasp, even when it was being told to me very like blatantly obvious. Like, you're not getting your shoulder forward enough and you're not keeping this pressure. You're not keeping that supination, that little bit of side pressure while having your shoulder forward. So every time I brought my shoulder forward like that, I would just get pulled open because I wasn't keeping the drag, the supination, the back pressure all engaged while bringing my shoulder forward to press or just to hook them over. And that's something I still struggle with at my experience level. And that was enough jibber jabber. I'm gonna do left first because left, to be honest, left it hasn't hurt as much today. But if it's gonna fail, it's gonna be this one. 70 pounds per nation. This is the most I've really done. I think maybe I've tried 75 before. Um, I wouldn't say it's my wrist that fails. I would say it's more maybe like actually at my pronator level, just because of my arm length and maybe the leverage of my posture or something to that degree is holding me back for more weight. But this pretty much, I wouldn't say a standard, but this is a baseline level of how strong I've been in the past. And maybe the foundation of where I want to build forward. So 70 pounds for pronation. Let's see what we got today. I think I can maybe get one more. That might be a PR, actually. I want to try and get my work capacity up, especially if I don't have more weights to add. I think I have like a 10-pound dumbbell or something back there. I think me and my brother split the weights, but oh my goodness, it's already 2:37. I've pretty much been lazy today, and I think I needed to get this video out, or this live, to get myself on track to finish the day strong and to motivate myself to continue improving even when you don't meet your expectations for a goal. My goal recently is to make the most out of my non-working days, even though the temptation is to seek comfort, seek rest. So I think rest is very important, and I prioritize my sleep schedule. Sometimes you need to make sacrifices. Like one day out of the week, I get home from group and I have to wake up at 3:30, 4 in the morning the next day, and it's not the most amount of sleep, but I try and set myself up for quality sleep that night, and know that how my schedule is now, I just have that one day of work and then I'm off the next day. So just trying to push myself to be the best that I can be. And sometimes I need to make videos to remind myself of that, to wake that fire back up inside me, because it's easy for me to do something like run with no headphones in, but after a while your body wants to go back to getting cheap dopamine hits. My body definitely wants those, and trying very hard to not give them up easily. Just something that I have been aware of, but it doesn't make it any easier when you want to sit on your phone for hours, when you know you should be doing something. So that's something I'm trying to do, especially with documenting, is seeing my mindset and seeing what motivates me and continuing to stay accountable with myself. If I post a video and I say, I'm going to keep this routine, and the next week I kind of fail on it and then I don't say anything about it, that it just irks me in my spirit. I want to be honest, and if something doesn't work, I want to say it, but I don't want to just give up and not speak on it. So, speaking of that, my cold exposure is dwindled. After the last blizzard, my tub was frozen through, and then it got up into like the 50s, and probably should have just filled up my tub again and started back up on that. But your body gets comfortable and it wants to move away from certain stresses and your stressors in your life. And yeah, so I've been trying to do cold showers as much as I can. Um, there's days where I just don't get in the cold shower because I'm like, oh, well, I could use this time instead of getting in the shower when I don't really need to shower. I can do that to have a little bit more time to get ready for work, get my stuff prepared, and certain things like that. But I want to be more sticking to the routine that I set and not letting life circumstances deter me from those. 3 on the left, well, I'm pretty happy with that. Um, we'll see how the right feels. I think my elbow flexion's still a little sore, but if I can get 3 on this, I'd be pretty happy with that. I think we'll call it a day after that. Um, just need to do some laundry and do my meal prep. Um, I haven't ate a lot today, so probably not gonna gym. Just gonna count this as my workout. Today was a lazy day, and I don't let myself have these very often, but I know that they don't get me to where I want to go. So just gotta snap myself out of it and wake up tomorrow and do the things that need to be done, and not give up today either. Still, I don't know, 6 hours before I'm gonna be asleep, so I need to make the most of it. Uh, it is what it is. I'm gonna review those and see what I need to do for next time. But thank you guys for listening to my jabber. Hope you guys have a great day. Spread peace, love, positivity.